We are live. Hi, everybody. This is
Hi.
Death and Tarot. Oh, say hi.
Hi, it's Allie.
And this is Raven. And today we're doing something new. We are doing a Spreadcloth review. Um, it's not something that we really ever planned to do with Death and Tarot to review other people's products, but it kind of just happened.
And it's
So
awesome.
yes, it is, and we're going to tell you how it happened. So we were doing our monthly workshop, the Unicorn Chaser hashtag How You Tarot workshop, and we were talking about Spreadcloths and the challenges.
Extreme difficulties we have experienced with Spreadcloths. Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's hard to find a good Spreadcloth. And one of our viewers happens to make them. So she reached out to us not too long after that, offering a free Spreadcloth if we would review it for her and sort of promote it. So here's the funny. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to be like, this is a great time to point out that the maker, I've actually sent to Raven in the past being like, holy crap, you need one of these Spreadcloths. And her being like, holy crap, I need one of these Spreadcloths because they fit in so super well with her style. So when daughter of, so Anglicized, it would sound like daughter of Lancre, but if we go with the French accent, it'd be daughter of Lancre. So I think we should just go with daughter of Lancre. Raven, what do you think? Because I don't know if forcing us to do accents every time is really...
I agree, and I can say daughter of Lancre.
Okay, so daughter of Lancre, I believe that's her Store Envy shop as well as her Tumblr.
Mm-hmm.
We will have links in the thingy below on YouTube. And but yeah, so when it showed up in our inbox, it was just sort of like, Raven, you need this. This is for you.
Yeah, and we talked it over whether or not, as Death and Tarot, we were comfortable reviewing a product, and it was basically like, yeah, why not? Especially if it's something as
Something we're
nice as
already
this.
excited about, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the universe lining up. That's all that is.
Yeah. Okay. So, being that Allie is in Canada and I am here in New York, and the maker, Daughter of Lancre, is in not New York, the United States, we agreed that if there was a free Spreadcloth to review, which there was, it would go to me. So here's our full disclaimer. I received my Spreadcloth for free. However, ooh, did the light change in here? That was
The light just
nice.
literally changed. You can see the yellow again.
Ooh, okay. Anyway, so yes, mine was free, but I think we were talking about it, and she had posted some other fabric options, and you had fallen in love with one of the fabrics, and I
Okay, there was a
realized,
paisley. Like, it's paisley. I used to have such a hate on for paisley, but like, I mean,
it's gorgeous.
it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So,
Mm-hmm.
Raven was an absolute gem, and realizing that my birthday was a scant 4 months away, got me an early birthday present. So this one was paid for, but that one was a lovely gift from the maker.
Yes. And
I think that's all our disclaimers.
yeah, that's really it.
Excellent. Good story time. Go team.
Right. So part of this review is the ordering process, because I did actually physically order one of these. And smooth. I picked the custom reversible because Allie fell in love with that fabric. Oh, and part of the whole reasoning was Allie needs to be able to use it if we're going to review it, and I'm not sending her mine, so she needs her own. So
That one's all for you. Don't worry. I'm not gonna fight you for your Spreadcloth.
no, Daughter of Lancre uses Store Envy to sell her Spreadcloth, and she also does hero bags, and I think a few other things. But super easy order process. We went back and forth a little bit on making Allie's Spreadcloth because I know that Allie I asked her, prefers a sort of beige or brown or neutral tone, and that's the thing. The standard reversible is black. So we tried to get a different color for Allie. Go ahead and talk so they can see it.
Right. So I think the plan was initially to try and get something brown or beige, but I think that if that plan were followed through for me to have a different color, we would be losing a little bit of the functionality of the cloth itself, because this fabric, which we'll talk about, is special. Mm-hmm. It's grippy. So we ended up going with the standard backing just based on that preference.
Mm-hmm. So ultimately you could get a different color on the back, but you might not get the grippy. It's kind of like a velveteen something.
I'm trying not to say anything because it's like, we have a list. There's an order this is supposed to be going in.
Hold on to it. We'll move on to the next thing.
Okay.
Okay, so now we arrived to the point where we received our cloths and started using them. And here's the formal review part of this, which is
very formal, because we're very formal.
Yeah. So, in terms of visual appeal, one of the main reasons why you get a Spreadcloth is you want to be able to photograph your decks on it. You want to look at the spreads that you do and coo over them because they're so pretty.
I want to leave it on my desk all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and go ahead.
Tinka loves sitting on it, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's cat approved. Cat butt approved.
I was super excited about this because on Saturdays I read in person at a local shop. So having something very visually appealing is
really nice. Yeah. No, I'm excited for the next time I have in-person readings because I'm totally bringing this with me. So visual appeal, full points. And so, Raven, you have the standard model. So it's, standard model. You've got that beautiful galaxy fabric.
Yep. There it is.
And it's with the black, is the black border solid black?
It is. This edging is solid black, and then the back is solid black.
Okay, so for mine, this is the custom fabric that I was able to get. That is this beautiful pale blue and pink paisley, and I don't think my camera can even pick up the tiny bits of green going through it. Mm. But the edging is this phenomenal sweet green with white polka dots that perfectly matches the green in the cloth itself. And it's not like a Kelly green, it's not a mint green, it's this really nice, almost like fresh rosemary green. I'm trying to think of the best greens I can describe. But it just matches so perfectly. It makes me so happy. And I kept biting it when I'm going to do it again. I like biting it. Anyway.
It was silent. You were silent when you bit it, so the camera was on me and my reaction to you biting your Spreadcloth.
Do I need to make noms while I eat it? No. It's very biteable, and so that's just my weird brain doing its weird thing. Anyway, the point is visual. I think we've got full points so far as eyeballs on. I'm going to segue into my biggest, well, not biggest, but it's just one of my really big hang-ups that I mentioned in the How You Tarot when we were going off about Spreadcloths and things, is I have a touch sensitivity. I have a tactile sensitivity. And this fabric, you will note, I am working very hard not to touch the backing fabric. And because of its velveteen quality, it is super grippy, which is amazing. And I do want to emphasize that. I wouldn't change this out. But I also had a very hard time when I first opened this and touched it and tried not to cry because it was really, the feeling is not Allie compatible. As someone who is tactile sensitive, it's very, visceral, the feelings that I have towards the feeling of this fabric. I'm so glad. Oh, I just elbowed the table with emphasis. Go team. I don't want to describe it in too much detail because I know that there are other people who do have tactile sensitivities, and I'm really good at describing the things I'm feeling, but it's like a very strong fingertip feel. And so that's a thing. But it's practical. It's hugely practical. Since I have such a hard time touching it, the little tiny fibers that I'm so horrified of touching grip my table. And it's not like one of those rubbery grippies. This is totally like a soft fiber grippy, which I'm really impressed with because that means it folds up really well still. Like it acts just like any other normal fabric, but it still grabs. So to the touch sensitive, do not touch, but have.
Right. Or opt for a different backing, a cloth backing. You will lose some of the grippy capability, but maybe you don't need it as much. So
so it is an option, and I thought it was very nice that it was an option, and but I am glad that I got this. Like, I may in the future consider buying more if my aesthetic changes, and I'll still be getting the grippy back despite my aversion. So I may be whiny, but I'm immensely practical at the same time.
That leads us into some, I guess we give it full points for usability.
Yeah.
With a slight disclaimer that if you have a tactile sensitivity,
be aware.
That'll affect things.
Yeah. And then so far, like also with usability, I think that was another place that we both had a bit of a comment rather than a criticism. So when mine lays flat, not all of the fabric lays flat at the same time, and I think that's just a due to the nature of the beast of working with round fabric, like trying to get fabric to be lined and in a circle. Like this is a full circle. This is a full beautiful circle. Sometimes when I lay it down, there's a little tiny bit of puckering, and that I did want to bring up because I am picky as hell.
Right, and we are giving, even though it's so hard to untangle. One is paid for, one was free, one was compensated. So, but we do want to give our 100% honest impression and review, and that's why we're doing this. So, yeah, and I agree. That was literally the only fault that I could find with this is that there is just, when you lay it down flat, and you can kind of even see it here, there's just a slight amount of extra fabric going on. But it's okay. It doesn't photograph.
Right. It doesn't show up in pictures. And like unless you're looking for a flaw, which frankly I was getting to the point where it's like there's got to be some kind of criticism I have about this. Like I can't just be like, thank you for my beautiful gift, it's perfect. I have to have some commentary on it. But that's the thing, it's like I was looking for something to comment on. It never showed up in any of my pictures. When I was just putting down cards, it was not even distracting. It's just something I noticed because I was getting really nitpicky.
And frankly, it does not interfere with one of the most important purposes of this, which is that when you shuffle, depending on how you shuffle, when you start, bringing cards to the cloth, a lot of cloths are going to bunch up or get caught or start doing weird stuff, and this doesn't. And even the slight puckering and extra fabric does not, impede the card use.
And that was your biggest issue with Spreadcloth when we were talking about it in the other video, is that because you have a very special shuffling style.
Yeah.
But I even did my riffle shuffles on it. I'm not going to do a demonstration because my camera it's stuck where it is right now. But I did riffle shuffling. Overhand obviously wasn't an issue because I don't do it there, but like it didn't get picked up in the riffles. So there's that too.
Yeah, a few other notes on the construction of this, which gets basically full points except for the little extra fabric. And I don't know that that's something, I don't sew, and there's a good reason I don't sew. So I don't.
My
don't
sewing
know.
machine, we are not going to talk about how dusty it is because I need to keep it dusty.
So I don't know if that's a challenge that is kind of like you're stuck with that if you're going to do a circular format, or if there's a way for that to be overcome. Anyway, we're moving on from that. And just another little note on the construction. This is sturdy.
Yes.
It's very
well
made.
I am not worried about putting this in my bag. I am so mean to my stuff. I am that person who is like the embodiment of this is why we can't have nice things. Like I've already gotten India ink on my brand new Saki Saki Tarot deck. So, but I'm not worried about this. And I think it's pretty washable. Like this is good fabric. Like I'm not worried about washing this either.
Yeah.
Which is a bonus.
Yes. All right.
There, I yanked on it a bunch. It's fine.
And I think that leads us to the very last thing to talk about, which was the pricing, right? Was there anything else?
You were going to give us a lovely demonstration of how it doesn't get caught. I wanted to see that.
I'll do that first, and
okay.
Bear with me with the camera readjustment. This is a gift to all of our subscribers. I'm wearing pants, all right? They're just shorts, and I'm holding the cloth over it because it doesn't look like I'm wearing pants. All right.
No, there were a couple of moments where it's just sort of like, Anyway.
All right, so yeah, here we go. So I pulled out my thinnest cardstock, Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle. This thing
Is there any way you could tilt the screen just a teeny tiny bit further down?
Yep.
There
better?
you go. Much better.
So with the super thin cardstock, let's see. Now I'm starting to get them upside down. Hold on. Okay.
You can reorder them later, my dear.
I shuffle like a weirdo because my hands are small. So I hold it vertically, grab portions, and then I like alternate, how I throw them in. And here's where most spread cloths fuck me
You can't even
over.
make it do it.
No. There, if I really try. But that doesn't happen. It's super easy. Ooh. To do this, and then I pull it together. And very nicely, the card moves around without flying off, and it's easy to turn over. And not, have a disaster on your hands. So that's super thin cardstock, and here's with one of my thickest cardstocks, which also happens to be the deck that is prominently featured with this cloth, as you can see, for a very good reason. Cosmos.
They're so gorgeous together. They are so gorgeous together.
Yeah. So with a thick cardstock, also no issues whatsoever. And again, if I barely grabs the cloth, and it's right now I have this cloth on top of the spread cloth that I was using, which, as you can see, is the slipperiest.
That's satin.
This is a disaster. This one constantly grabs and shifts, and it's cool. It's good. So yeah, just again, card moves around nicely.
So that's something I wanted to point out too, is that you can see that your cards, the style of cards that you're drawn to, go amazingly with that spread cloth, which I mean, you loved because it's your style. This one that we chose, I mean, for me, it's absolutely perfect as well. So my most recent deck, look at how beautifully those complement each other. It's just being able to pick from her variety of cloths, it'll match your stuff. I'm not concerned at all about the Hermetic Tarot. I'm not even concerned about the Supernatural deck, which has a ton of red and blacks, because this is paisley. This is practically plaid. I mean, that goes with the boys so well. So it's almost as though all of the decks that I have been drawn to myself aesthetically and stylistically, this is such a reflection of me. This is a me cloth. That's all. That's all. I'm just getting weird now. Anyway, Raven, let's talk about price.
Right. That brings us nicely to the issue of price, because these are so affordable in our estimation and preference.
Yeah, like totally. When you said you were getting me one, I was just sort of went immediately into my very British, you don't talk about the price of gifts. Like, it's lovely she's buying me this gift. I can't ask how much. I can't know how much. And so it wasn't until we were starting to put together this review today that I was just like, okay, I have to ask because we have to talk about it. And I was shocked at how little you paid, frankly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the standard Galaxy reversible circular cloth, it is right now, I'm kind of hoping she raises the price a little bit, $18. And for shipping to Canada, it was only $4.50. So,
which I have to say is ludicrously low. So I really hope Daughter of Lancre is watching and maybe makes it a bit more realistic, because I got a bunch of like stationery cards sent that they were $9.50. Border's a bitch. So it's like, it's incredibly affordable cloths and shipping.
right, which if your aesthetic changes like ours is bound to, or you want different cloths to sort of match up with other decks.
Yeah, like I'm very comfortable just saying that yes, I'm going to buy one of these at some point in the future. This is a very lovely gift. It fits who I am right now, but I am mutable like the water. I'm a mutable sign. I'm a Virgo, so it's just like I will definitely change within the next like 3 months. So I will probably be getting one of these again, just because it's what I want to have on my desk. It's what I want to have in my bag.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, Allie, if you had to assign a number rating or
I've been like trying to avoid falling into the whole rating thing, because it's just like, who am I to say what a 0 is or what a 10 is?
Personal. It's just
I'm gonna give stars. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna give stars because I like stars. I am going to say that this is 4.5 out of 5 stars. And the only reason why it only loses those half points is because I'm a nutball and it's not perfect because of this like stretching thing.
Okay, and actually this is interesting. I cannot do a star rating because to me 5-star is like caviar and lobster. And if I had to, this wouldn't get a good rating for me if I stuck to stars, because it's not a luxury.
Are you kidding? This is luxury for me. This is totally luxury for me. Like, I'm totally behind this being caviar and oysters. Like, I will sit with my like super decadent crackers and just like,
Okay.
All right, get me my champagne sauce to go on my oysters.
I'm hungry. Okay, so instead, coming from an education background, I'm going to give it a letter and a plus. And that's A+.
Nerd. Oh, yay.
This is an A+ in my book.
Yay.
So, this has been Death and Tarot Reviews.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please check out Daughter of Lancre's website for her store envy, and see if there's something there that you might like.
Oh, and that's the last disclaimer that we have to give. We are not receiving any further benefit for talking about or promoting this. I got this cloth. That was it. We are not getting any further financial or any benefit at all.
I can tell that you're an American, because it's just like, wait, more disclaimers.
No. It's a thing. Like, the links that we include, they're not affiliate links.
Yeah, they're not affiliate. This is just because, I mean, did you see me bite?
Yes.
If I bite, then I love. And besides, if we didn't like these, we probably just would have sent her a message and been like, hey, thanks.
Yeah, or we would have said but I knew we were going to love them, so.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, if you have any questions about these decks, these cloths, please feel free to ask us.
Oh, look, it's big enough to cover up my chest. It covers my shoulders. Sorry.
And now we're going to sign off.
Mwah! Have a lovely, lovely, lovely.
Adios. Next time.